Welcome to another video. Thank you very much for joining me again. Slight change of scenery today. I am at home in my garden. Yes, I do have a home. I'm not always in the workshop. Sunday morning now, I got a call last night from Will, my good mate Will from the repair shop, and he's like, I need to get some beeswax to make some polish. Can I have some? Have you got any? Because he knows that I've got bees. But I wasn't going to let him get it that easy. Will is already late. He said he'll be here at 11, but he's not. So hopefully he'll turn up soon and we can get going. Here he is.
Morning.
How's it going?
Good. Nice garden.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome.
So many bees flying
Yeah,
around.
I know. Well, this is the first sunny day in a few weeks, so I think they're enjoying it. They're making the most of it. Look, see them already coming back with all the pollen on their legs.
Is that pollen?
Yeah, that's it. There's one big one there.
See, I brought the weather with me,
Well,
and
thank
hopefully
you.
I'll be leaving with some wax and some honey.
Right. Well, not going to be that easy, I'm afraid. Whilst you've come down all this way, it'd be nice to show you in there and see where it comes from. Take the lid off and have a look in there.
As long as I don't get stung, then I'm fine.
Well, no promises, but look, I've got a suit for you. Come on.
Okay. No, I'm protected from the top, but it's my waist down I'm worried about. Oh, this is great. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. How comes that you get trousers and I don't?
I've got the full suit because I don't want to be stung. I got stung once. One of them landed in my hair and it got stuck in my hair behind my ear and it was panicking and it stung me behind my ear and my whole ear swelled up really badly.
Really?
Whilst we were filming for a repair shop and Dan had to film me from one side only because I had a big swollen face on the other side. All right, go on then, Will, you go first. Clear the path for me.
I'm slightly nervous, Dom.
No, you'll be fine. Because we're standing at the back, they're coming, the bees are all coming in and out the front, so you'll be absolutely fine. It's not a massive box, but inside there's literally thousands and thousands.
Really?
It's completely full. Honestly, it's completely full. This is syrup, because I'm feeding them up for the winter. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Look.
So they're drinking that?
Yeah, they're coming up from the middle. There's a hole in this crown board. They're coming up from the middle, over the top. And then having a little drink, filling up the sugar syrup, and then going back in.
They peek around, have a little drink, and then they go back inside.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And why are they doing that? How comes they can't get that stuff from flowers?
So basically, I'm just trying to feed them up for the winter because we're at the end of the summer, and this is just giving them a bit of a fighting chance. Because that's basically all they're doing is gathering the pollen, turning it into the honey, and storing it in the wax honeycomb.
Yeah.
For reserves for the winter.
Right.
That's the whole point of what they're doing. So this is a little sugary treat for them, you know, nice little chocolate brownie, bit of dessert.
They'll come out now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
So this is the crown board. This is like the little roof almost, and the little hole in there for vent. You can see them in there. Look, it's going to be busy in there.
Really?
Yeah. I've not been in here for a few weeks. So last time I was in here, it wasn't actually that full in the top.
How many bees could you get into this hive?
Thousands, literally thousands.
Really?
Yeah. So this smoke is, people say it's to calm them down, but it doesn't really calm them down. I try not to use it as much as I can because actually all you're doing is tricking them. So they actually panic, they think their house is on fire, and so they start eating all of the honey that they've made. So they're distracted by the smoke. They think, oh, our house is on fire, quickly, let's eat all the honey before it all burns down. So they'll be distracted and too busy eating all the honey.
Well, I want to eat the honey. So
Exactly. We don't really want to stress them out too much. So.
No.
There we go. But that's a pretty empty frame, but you can see.
Oh my gosh.
They've started sort of that honeycomb. They build it all up, and they make all of that so perfectly, and they sort of draw it out and they make this whole honeycomb shape.
Oh my gosh. So is that made of wax? Or
Yeah.
is that made, yeah,
That's
wax.
all the wax.
All right,
Yeah,
and then they store the
exactly.
honey in there.
They make, each one of those is like a little jam jar, a little honey
Oh,
pot.
a little honey pot.
And they build that all up first. So they've obviously started with this one, and then they'll come back in and fill them up with the honey.
Great. I feel sorry for Dan over there with the camera.
I know, I've only got 2 suits.
Sorry, Dan. Oh, look at this.
You feel the weight of it. There's a lot of honey in there. just
Gosh,
in that. Yeah.
loads of honey.
Yeah.
So, once they filled all of these up,
So that
do they
is-
then move on to the next?
That's exactly
frame?
it. Yeah, all the frames are in a row. They start with one. Once that's full, they'll move on to the next one, and they'll keep going. And then when that whole level is full, that's when I'd put another one on top, and you can keep making these taller and taller,
Right,
depending on how good the summer is. This summer's not been great, so it's not very full.
I see.
But yeah, basically they'll just work their way through.
And I can't eat this as it is now because I'm going to get not just honey but wax in my mouth too.
Well, you know what? The little bits where it's dripping out, you could. I mean, look, it's literally dripping off now. Look, that frame is perfect. We can take this one.
Really?
Yeah, we can take this. We can harvest the honey and get the wax from that. So this is a super. So that's like the first floor.
Oh my
basically.
gosh, look at the bees that are there.
Yeah. So that I'm going to put on the side because I need to get further down and not squash any of those. This is the brood box, so the queen is in here. So all of these bees, there's only one queen,
Right.
and she's the most important one, and she's in there somewhere. And that's what this mesh is. This mesh is a certain size, so the worker bees, all these other bees can fit through it, but she can't because she's bigger.
Right.
So she can't get up to that level, so she stays in this bottom bit.
So is she in there on her own or with other bees?
No, that's where they'll all be. They're all in there, and they'll all be protecting her. So we'll probably have to smoke this because once we start getting in there, they'll start getting more angry.
Okay, fine.
Because
You
they're
don't want to make
protecting
them
the
angry.
queen.
Well, I'll be honest, Dom, I'm really pleased that I've got this
Bees,
suit
yeah.
on because they're really
I know we
fussing
look a
around
bit
there.
silly, but I think it's essential. Yeah. Because we're coming into the winter,
Yeah.
we need to protect them from varroa, which is a mite, which takes over the hive and kills them all. So there's a treatment that I need to put in here, but it needs to go down this, like right in the heart, in the middle of the hive. So I try not to disturb them down here too much because the queen is down here. Look.
Right. Oh my gosh! Dom, there's loads of them! Dom, there's too many!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So all of the brown stuff, because that's a slightly darker colour to
Yeah,
everything else.
Yeah, well, this is older because so the queen lays her eggs in these. There's no eggs in this bit.
So the queen lays her eggs in these
Each
honeycomb
little
structures.
section. Yep, lays a little egg, one egg in each little bit.
But I thought that the honey goes in there.
Well, that's down here where she is.
Eggs.
It's a mixture.
Oh right, so first floor eggs, second floor you'll find your
The
honey.
dining room's upstairs. Yeah, exactly. This is the varroa treatment. So I'm just dotting this around. This is going to stop hopefully stop the varroa mites killing all the bees.
And how does that work? Is it the sort of scent
It's
that
the
it gives
smell,
off?
and yeah, they just don't like it. Yeah, exactly. But trying to be as quick as we can because I don't really like disturbing them too much. But now I've got to try and get this thing back on without squashing all the bees. I'm going to put the roof on. Done.
And we're done.
We're done.
Great.
Great.
I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
It's good, wasn't it? Hang on, before you take that off, let's spin round. Make sure you haven't got any bees hiding in your pockets anywhere. This is where I got stung before. So it was like afterwards, it was just sitting in my armpit somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Go on, you're all right.
Well, I'm pleased that I haven't been stung. Managed to get some honey.
Success.
Managed to get some wax.
Yeah, we've got a full frame, so we'll get some honey and some wax from that.
And it hasn't messed up my hair too much.
Oh, I don't think I can say the same thing. I think that was a success.
Right.
Right, let's get out these suits.
I'm absolutely baking.
Amount of honey in there, look. It's... Well, welcome to the workshop. Here we
This
go.
is huge. Everything looks very rusty, Dom. I'm pleased I've got my tetanus up to date.
Right, cover them well, here we go. Back in the workshop, I feel a lot more at home here.
I want to tuck into some of this honey.
Yes, so this is the frame that we got out the hive. And look at that, this is beautiful, so it's completely full. Almost every single little of these hexagonal little sort of pockets is full of honey. See there where it's all starting to drip out? The wax, all of this wax comes from the glands, from the bees. I know it's a bit gross.
Really?
Yeah. But luckily you're not eating that bit.
No.
The honey comes from all the pollen that we saw earlier. The next job really is to separate the honey from the wax. Okay. I'm going to heat up this knife on my little hob. So all I'm going to do now is cut the top of the caps, all of these little lids. I'm just going to cut them all off.
That's lovely.
Isn't it cool? So that's taken off that wax layer, and that is all, that pouring out of there is all the honey.
See, I kind of came here for the wax, but now I think I need to leave with the honey.
With the honey, yeah.
It's really
Taste
tasty.
it. You could just
really?
dip your finger in there. Go on. Yeah.
No.
Go on. Get in there.
Really?
Yeah, have some.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's really nice. That's
Isn't it really
good.
nice?
Oh.
That is it. Pure as it gets. Honey.
That's really good.
Straight off the frame, straight out the hive. Go on, Dan. You have a go. Oh.
Oh.
God, he's keen. Oh, a handful.
Thumbs up.
Nice.
Thumbs up. How are we going to separate the honey from the wax?
Cut all the capping off. Then you'd use something called a spinner. So you put 2 of these frames inside. It's like a bin with a spinning thing in the middle, and it uses, as you crank the handle, hits the outside of the bin, drips down. Open the tap, pour it out, and that is literally
Pure
straight
honey.
in the jar. Done.
Straight into your toast.
Yep. And then this would then be empty, and you'll just have all of these cells, but no honey.
Okay.
So then you can cut that out, and then you're just left with the wax. So you're off.
I was hoping to leave today with some wax. That sounds like a long job.
Yeah, it is. It's a long job. It's a messy job, and we have not got time for it now. But luckily, I've already done all of that.
Here's one you made earlier.
Exactly. This is Blue Peter. So this is just wax from earlier on in the summer when I've harvested a few other frames. The honey's been extracted. This is the wax frame, all the wax from the cells left over, chopped into pieces, melted down, poured into a little dish. I've done nothing else to it. That is literally straight from the hive.
Pure beeswax.
Pure beeswax. Still smells like honey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that smells absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't it?
Really
So
nice.
there you go. There's your furniture polish.
I need to get that a lot softer. How are we going to do that?
This is where your expertise is going to come into it. Show me. I've never done that before.
Good.
So once I've used this wax before for various different things. You can use it for sealing metal.
Can you?
Yeah. Once it's melted, you can heat up the metal and wipe it over, and it sort of soaks into the pores of the metal and seals it, which quite nicely. I've actually made candles with the beeswax before, like this, with a straight up candlestick, or you can actually pour the molten wax into a mould with a little wick in the middle, like a little tea light or in a jam jar, something like that. But you know what? I have never made polish for wood, so hopefully you can teach me a thing or two.
If you have some linseed oil, I can make some really nice wax out of linseed oil and this fresh beeswax.
What do you want?
Boiled, ideally.
My own little hardware store. Here you go.
Lovely.
Linseed oil. It's been there a while. It smells like disgusting. Perfect.
Right, I brought some small jars with me.
So that you used to keep your makeup in.
I still do.
Yeah.
Right, that's quite a big chunk of wax. Can you cut that down into
Yeah.
smaller bite-sized chunks?
Yeah, no worries. I'll do it on the bandsaw.
Perfect.
Here we go, Will. That's ruined my bandsaw blade. Perfect.
Sorry about that.
No, I feel like we just need a bit of some slices of pineapple, a little cocktail stick, and we're kind of there, aren't we?
And we've got honey for a nice dressing on the top.
Oh, man, perfect.
Right, so we've got bain marie here.
Hey, you know what this is? This is my, I learned from the viewers, this is for poaching fish.
Is it?
I got it at the boot sale to keep my receipts in, all my paperwork.
Really?
Yeah, and now it's becoming helpful for
You see,
melting down wax.
use it for everything. Stick that in there.
This is what would happen if we had a cooking show.
Oh, we also saw MasterChef, didn't we?
Oh yeah, out in the first round.
I've got a bit of raw duck here, Will. Yeah, so have I.
Make sure you don't undercook this wax.
Being mean for? Look, the wax is melting.
Slowly.
Starting now to look like olive oil
Or butter.
or butter. The idea is I'm going to melt 1 part, I was about to say butter, 1 part of wax, so 4 parts linseed oil. You can actually change up the ratios depending on how soft that you want it. And if it's too soft, you can add things like carnauba wax to it, and that'll sort of toughen it up. The tougher that it is, the better the shine.
This is essentially putting like a very thin film, like a layer over the
Yeah.
top of the wood
Yeah.
to protect it.
Yeah.
So,
So that's all melted now. Which
it smells good though, doesn't it?
Oh, that smells lovely. Right, we can take that off the heat.
Yes.
Move the,
Oh, right, okay.
we can move the cooker
I'll grab this with my glove. You grab the cooker.
from the base.
It's probably hot as well. Go on.
Lovely.
That's going to cool down pretty quick on this metal bench, but
Right. Anything else?
there, but-
Right, so I'm kind of roughly working out 1 part of wax. I'm gonna put
roughly, this is a science, isn't it? This is going.
That's really hot, hence me using this big glove. So that's one there.
Nice. Oh, look.
However, I'm going to actually add one last part to this concoction, and it's a little bit of lavender oil.
Yeah. Oh.
So I'm going to put a few drops in there. So when that dries and you're applying it to furniture, and then it's all buffed up and looks nice and sheeny and shiny, it's actually going to leave a really nice smell.
Cool, yeah, I can really smell it. Just those couple of drops.
I can't put that in my car to take them home right now because they're baking hot. We need to let them cool and set.
I guess that means it's time for a tea.
Time for a tea.
Come on in, Dan, let's do it.
Nice cup of tea.
There we go.
Ah, look at that. All set.
Perfect. That's amazing. But how?
Oh, the
So
lavender.
hopefully- Oh yeah, you can,
Very
you can smell
nice.
it. This is the linseed oil. That should now be softer than that.
Exactly.
Because this is like rock hard still.
That's rock hard. But with this,
Put your finger in it, go on.
I want to put my finger in there.
Go
look.
on, put your finger in
Oh, look at that. Do you have any wood?
I don't know how you can't put your finger in it. Go on.
Go on, look. There we are. Lovely.
Yes, I've got a wooden hammer. Here. Come on. Here. It's the best I can do.
Right. So let's get a bit of wax on there. Oh,
Look at that.
Lovely. Nice and smooth. Get a nice slather of the wax on there.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
Nice and generous.
Nice and generous. And then I would suggest you leave that for about 10-15 minutes for it to set. Once it has, you can buff it up with a cloth and get a nice sheen to it. And it's that nice lavender honey smell.
Perfect. My hammer's going to smell like lavender. This is brilliant. Even now, look how shiny that's getting. Yeah, nice.
Look at that. It's a nice sheen.
Perfect.
It's actually cleaned up a bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Bit of honey,
Do you want
a bit of
to
lavender.
show me again if I get another hammer? You just run me through that again.
Hey, cheeky.
Perfect. Oh, thank you very much. I'm a fully restored hammer. I guess the beauty of making your own furniture polish like this is you can tailor this to depend exactly what you're doing. If you want it to be a bit thinner, you can put more linseed oil. If you want it to be firmer, you can put less and keep more wax. You can sort of really tailor it to whatever you're doing.
Exactly. Now, I could have bought this wax from a hardware shop. However, I knew that you had a beehive
Yeah,
making honey, and a byproduct of making honey
exactly.
is wax.
Save all the wax going to waste. We're putting it to good use.
Exactly.
And it's been good fun. I've had a good day.
Yeah. And well, you got half a clean
Yeah.
mullet now, and I got a cup of tea, so
Perfect. Everyone's a winner.
everyone's a winner. Do you know what? You can keep one,
Oh,
and I'll take the other.
perfect. Thank you
Right.
very much.
You're welcome.
Very good. Well, look, whilst we're in the gift-giving mood, I couldn't let you leave without a jar of honey. After all that,
How much honey's in
I
there?
know the Chinea homebrew.
Top man, that's perfect. Thanks very
There we
much.
go. Nice one.
Cheers, buddy.
Not a bad day, eh?
Not a bad day at all.